Hey folks, how you doing? How have you been? Leducium here, and I'm gonna play some more Hearthstone. We're gonna play some more ranked, and I will play a bit as my mage. This is a fun deck I put together. So it's a gimmick deck. It really isn't meant to be that serious, but it's done well enough, and when it works great, and I have a lot of fun with it. Mostly it depends on secrets, but mostly what I'm going for is a Kel'Thuzad duplicate combo, or a Sylvanas duplicate, or some kind of duplicate combo with something that has really good. I'm getting rid of everything. With something that has really good death rattle. So a lot of fun stuff, and let's see if it works. If I can get Kel'Thuzad out and then Sylvanas or something, then I kill off Sylvanas. I get my opponent's card, I get another Sylvanas, and it just repeats. It's a wonderful cycle that usually causes my opponent to quit right away. So, not much I could do here. I could coin and kill that to avoid 2 damage. Maybe I will because I have nothing else to do for... Or I could turn 3 duplicate or something, or turn 3 ice barrier, but it's not worth it. I'll just coin and kill that. It's kind of a waste of a coin, but I don't really have anything good to play for a while, so I'll avoid the damage. You never know. That 2 damage could save me, and my opponent doesn't have a follow-up, so unfortunately it's a waste of a coin. But here we go. Trade. Next turn, I'll probably ice barrier because I don't have anything else to play, or I can duplicate and hope I get something good. So this looks like a Mage rush deck, I would say. Whoop. I mean, you can get some damage in. It doesn't work as well as maybe another class that can't pick stuff off with its hero ability, but it's still working well enough because I'm down to 24, my opponent's at 29. I like this. This is good. Card draw is good. Mana Worm doesn't necessarily help me though. So I'm thinking we put the Mad Scientists out there, and I actually Frostbolt that. I wouldn't mind more cards in a secret, but I'd rather trade that and not let the Mana Worm grow out of control, because that could be bad, especially if he hides it behind a taunt. He doesn't have a taunt, but still. Had I known this was the kind of deck he was playing, I probably would have kept Flame Strike. But there it is. Okay. Well, all's well in the world. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'd rather have that dead. See what we get as a secret ice barrier. Wonderful. I was going to do that anyways, but now I get my own. And I'll throw out duplicate right now, or Kirantor Mage mirror entity, maybe. Yeah. Reason why I'll save the duplicate for something like Sylvanas. The problem with the Mage is if I play Sylvanas, he might polymorph it, and then the duplicate isn't really that worthwhile. That's nice. I don't mind getting that as a addition, because that lets me play Flame Strike next turn. Wipe his board. Makes my life a bit easier. That's a bit annoying, but that's okay. So I'll take some damage. Kind of stinks. But my ice barrier will help soak some of that up. Good. And that's it. I'm just going to Flame Strike. No need to kind of play around, and now I can start catching up. Then we have another ice barrier to play. I can play Lothab. Makes his turn a little bit less fun. Blood Mage Thalanos, okay. Frostbolt, he's probably going to hit me directly, right? Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Another Frostbolt, wow. He is sure playing aggressively. The only problem, of course, well, there's a number of problems. I'm definitely putting up another ice barrier. He thinks it's a good idea. I'm definitely going to kill that, but then I can't play Lothab. But that's okay. I'll play the Ethereal Arcanist. That'll be worth it. Good. So that'll grow. See if he got something to kill me with right away. Maybe I should have even let him keep the Archmage, but good. It's fine as long as it doesn't kill me directly, and good. So he doesn't really get much, and he's gonna hit me for 1. Counterspell will be nice here as well. So no fireball or any kind of direct damage, as well as a Loatheb actually, or Sludge Belcher will prevent any kind of taunt silliness, and then we hit him. So this isn't how I wanted the deck to go, or this isn't how I designed the deck. I'm glad it's winning, but that's not the gimmick for this one. So Mage Rush deck, it can work. I've had one that works, but it only works so well. Mages just aren't that great, I don't think, in rank play. I mean, it's rogues, hunters, warriors, stuff like that, paladins maybe. Handlocks. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think mages do that well in the higher tiers. Another mage, Zelbot, Zebolt, the mage. Alright, what am I doing? Those are all good questions. Karen, I'd like to keep you around, but I can't, buddy. Ice Barrier is nice, but I can't. I'll keep the Arcane Intellect if I have nothing better. That'll at least give me some card draw. Karentor Mage is a possibility, followed by something like Mirror Image or Mirror Entity. Alright, there's my Flame Strike. I have 2 Flame Strikes in here, only because I've been running into too much Sue, too much crap, and so got the second one to help out. Alright, nothing I can do. Hit him. Move on. If my opponent doesn't play anything, I'll probably Karentor Mage, Mirror Entity. So this might be a secret deck too, which could be a lot of fun. Ooh. Counterspell could be good, but I think I'd rather Mirror Entity. The only reason Counterspell would be good, it'll prevent Frostbolt from killing this, but he can still do that. Yeah, I figured that's what he'll do, and then just use his hero ability. So kind of thought that might happen. Now I get my own. So let's run that in here, see what we get. He gets a secret, I get a secret. Now the question is, what did he get, and is it worth drawing it out? I think so. I think an Ice Barrier would be good to sacrifice to see if he has a counterspell. He does. Good. I don't mind sacrificing an Ice Barrier for a counterspell. I think that's a fair trade. I might regret that, but especially against the secret deck, I think it's worthwhile. And now I know I can cast something like Arcane Intellect without too much worry, unless he's got another secret. No. Good. He casts his own Arcane Intellect. It's fine. Stuff happens. Let's cast our own Arcane Intellect. And let's find out if that's a mirror image. Could be. If I'm going to play a minion, this is the best minion I have to get copied through mirror image, because everything else I kind of is really powerful and I want to keep, so. Alright. Now, let's think about this. I can kill one of these, and that seems reasonable. I could play another Mad Scientist and Water Elemental of my own. I know that's not a mirror entity, so I feel safe in doing that. Alternatively, I could play a Counterspell. Or Mirror Entity. I could do actually Counterspell Mirror Entity. That's tempting. And then save up for a Flame Strike. Let's do that. Mirror Entity. Counterspell. And now we'll save up for a Flame Strike. So we'll see. He might attack me, but that's okay. Or hopefully he kills my 2/2 with his 3/6, which just sets it up for a Flame Strike even more. Now, I am losing the war on cards. Well, maybe. I've got 7 plus whatever. Yeah. My opponent's out has more things, basically. More cards, more things. But that's okay. Good. That sets that up for a Flame Strike, plus I get a duplicate. So I get a whole bunch of Mad Scientists. And what do I get there? Ice Barrier, good. Water Elemental probably would have been good with a duplicate as well, but you know, that could be a duplicate, which would, no, it's not, because I already killed the minion. And there goes his spell. There goes my counter spell. And that's it. Okay, good. So now I know that's not a counter spell, and I know it's not a duplicate, and so I feel comfortable enough doing that because I don't have a better way of killing his board. Unless I play my own Water Elemental. I could Water Elemental duplicate, actually. Yes. I'll do that instead of Flame Strike, and hope that my opponent actually kills my Water Elemental, thus giving me 2 more Water Elementals. Oh, that was dangerous. You didn't know I didn't have a counter spell there. Oh, no! That's the worst. So that's the worst possible thing, because now he's going to duplicate 1/1s. Which is terrible. Alright, well, in that case, let's just put a stop to that, and we'll see if his secret is a barrier. Nice barrier. He's outdrawn me by a little bit. It's a bit annoying there that he got that polymorph. I'm not running polymorph in this deck, but polymorph duplicate is just kind of the worst. Happens. It happens though. Alright, so you killed that. Now what? Fireball. Okie dokie. And you're done. Let's see what you have. Ice Barrier. Yep. I'm going to Arcane Intellect at this point. I got my own Fireball and a Sludge Belcher. Let's play the Sludge Belcher and see if we can't taunt out another Polymorph. Because I would rather not get Sylvanas Polymorph. Plus I have nothing to steal, so Sylvanas isn't really worth playing as much. There's my Mirror Entity. I get another Sludge Belcher. And he's going to freeze both of them. Okay, that's fair enough. You know what? We'll play Loatheb here, and maybe I'll kill his Sludge Belcher. Or maybe I'll counterspell. No, not worth it. We'll just kill his Sludge Belcher. So that on the next turn I could do some damage. He could Flame Strike. That is a possibility. He could still Flame Strike. He did not. Okay. And he plays Mirror Image for 6 mana. Good. Alright. I can work with that. Now, what do we have? We have our own Ethereal Arcanist, so let's do Counterspell. See if that his secret was a Counterspell. Was not. And I have Ice Barrier, Counterspell, so we'll play the Ethereal Arcanist and let that thing build up. And then we'll start killing things. I would rather make sure Loatheb doesn't get killed by a Flame Strike, so we'll do that, that, and that. I needed to make sure to actually, I should have killed the 0/2 first. I'm not sure that I did. No, I didn't, and I should have, because if he did have a duplicate, then he would have gotten the duplicate of that. There's my counterspell. Thank you. So that worked out well, finally. Stuff went in my favor. Maybe not finally. But I got screwed over a little bit with the duplicate polymorph, so now I got this going for me. And Ethereal Arcanist, is that what you're going to freeze? No, you're going to just hit Loatheb a bunch. Okay, fair enough. I would have tried to kill this, but that's just me. Let's throw one of these guys out. He could have another Flame Strike potentially. Oh no. Okay, I should have checked for a vaporize. I'm misplaying this quite a bit actually. I need to check the secrets. Walk through what they could be and check them carefully. But alright. Now we're making some sort of progress. He's going to be out of ice barriers. He played one counter spell. That could be another counter spell. It could be a vaporize. It could be a mirror image. Could be any number of things. Let's check. So we're going to sacrifice. I don't want to potentially give him Kel'Thuzad. First things first is that. Let's find out if this is a mirror image. It is not. Then we could play Kel'Thuzad. Now this stuff is going to be very hard to kill. Basically, he's got to kill Kel'Thuzad, or else it all just comes back. Nice. So that worked out a little bit better. Still not exactly the perfect play that I'm going for with this deck, but that was fun. Kel'Thuzad, when it works beautifully. I've had awesome Kel'Thuzad plays with Cairn and with Sylvanas, so I'm actually hoping that if I can time it well, I don't know what I'm going for. I forget about it. I lost track of what I was going to say. Hunters suck, by the way, at least against this deck. I get my ass kicked by Hunters. With this deck, I should say. Mirror Entity is good enough. Arcane Intellect. I don't have that many cards I can play early on. I hate to get rid of Ice Barrier simply because I think I'll need it. You know what? I'll get rid of Arcane Intellect as much as I hate to, in the hopes of getting something like that. As much as I like Mirror Entity, I need to buy me some time. So I'm not going to coin into that, but I will play this to defend myself for a turn. I was going to say I'm not going to coin into whatchamacallits. Into my hero ability. I could use my coin in a secret for something, but none of these secrets will be that great, so I think I'll just hit that with that and end the turn. Next turn I could coin Water Elemental, or I could Mirror Entity. Yeah, so that's what he got from that, which is fine. Stuff happens. Kel'Thuzad is absolutely useless to me now, so Mirror Entity or Water Elemental? Water Elemental or Mirror Entity? I think if I Mirror Entity and take some damage, next turn I'm better off coining Sludge Belcher and hoping that he doesn't have something like Deadly Shot. Well, not the best, but I had something for it to show for it. Okay. Good. Flame Strike would be nice. I don't have a Flame Strike. We're going to coin. We're going to play this. We're going to kill this. Not only does that get rid of his taunt, but it makes all of his other creatures slightly weaker. Now, a well-placed Deadly Shot will be very annoying. That is slightly annoying, not the end of the world. I am taking way too much damage, though. So I could do a number of things here. Duplicate doesn't seem like the worst idea in the world. And then let's kill one of these guys so he doesn't resummon it. And then we'll shoot that guy for 1. So next turn I could finish that off, and if he decides to kill my 3/1, well, I get 2 more Sludge Belchers that I can keep on throwing out for taunt. Unless he kills me this turn. It is a possibility. But I'm hoping between Ice Barrier and other stuff, I will survive. It's interesting, he's not killing my 3-1 whatsoever. And I don't have a way to clear all that, so I'm going to Ice Barrier here. I would love to counterspell, but I don't think I can. So I'm just going to stop as much stuff from being put out as possible. Now, Duplicate won't help me until I can get something bigger on the board or something else on the board. Ice Barrier buys me a little bit of time, but very little. So, yeah. This deck, unfortunately, isn't designed for just continuous damage. It's designed for a more drawn out game. I'm dead next turn. I have no way of stopping this. Now I'll play something, but see if it was a snipe. But we might as well concede. Yeah. Doesn't work. Doesn't work against hunters whatsoever. Now, if I was really playing against hunters, well, gearing up for lower mana decks, I would replace all of my higher mana cards and things like Kel'Thuzad with maybe arcane missiles. I would put in some spell damage, some polymorphs, stuff like that, and that would help a lot. More taunts, but doesn't work. Anyways, forget about it. Moving on. Just forget about the hunter altogether. Kel'Thuzad. We'll keep the mirror entity, I guess. Yeah, screw it. Get rid of the mirror entity. Get rid of everything. Let's get something better. Flame Strike could be useful. Mirror Image is useful. Water Elemental's alright. I mean, it's a great card. I just don't need it right now. I'm also disappointed that the hunter didn't kill my Sludge Belcher. That would have been a great duplicate to get. So, playing against the Echoes, we'll say greetings. We'll say hello, because that is the polite thing to do. And then we'll move on. What are you going to do, Pally? Echoes. Pally the Echoes. Echoes the Pally. Probably summon a 1/1 if I were to guess. Seems to be a common occurrence amongst paladins. And that's okay. I'll forgive you. Mostly because I'm going to actually play this. It's a good start. Good enough start. Now he could coin Blessing of Kings. That would kind of suck. Not much I could do about it if he does. If I had a Fireball, I'd be a lot safer. Except for put out Mirror Entity, I guess. Only to be killed by a Consecration. So what else can he do? Nope, but he doesn't have Blessing of Kings, because he probably would have coined it if he did. Said he's going to hit that, which seems kind of a waste because right now I could just do this and hit him. I could have played Water Elemental there instead and let this thing die. Maybe that would have been the smarter choice. Or even Mirror Image Counterspell. But don't know. Next turn I'll probably play Loatheb. Or I could Fireball that thing. Which seems reasonable. And I'll explain my reasoning why. Because if I were to play Loatheb, he runs that into Loatheb, it dies. The following turn he can use Consecration to clear both. Stampeding Kodo stinks that it kills that, but does get me Counterspell. I was hoping for Duplicate because then I could play Loatheb and have a nice duplicate along with it. Now I'm just going to play Loatheb and see what happens. But we do have Counterspell out there, so that's good. No Humility, no Divine Shield. Now that's perfect, by the way, for Flame Strike, because I don't want to let the Shade of Naxxramas get out of control. And Kel'Thuzad for turn 8. Wonderful. Boom. Flame Strike. I could have let it go for another turn. Decided against it. I could have done something like Mirror Image, because that would counter any kind of consecration that he might play. Oh well. Kel'Thuzad will help balance things out. Mostly I just wanted to get rid of that Shade of Naxxramas. Don't want that out there. Could be very bad if it grows out of control, if it grows beyond the range of my Flame Strike, especially. Love the pictures of like Flame Strike. I don't remember that from WoW, but I don't remember a lot of things from WoW. It's been like, there it goes. He knew that could be a counterspell. That was a smart move, actually. And he's got his own Cairn. That's fine. That happens, and that's okay. Let's do something stupid. We're gonna play Mirror Image. We're gonna do Counterspell, and we're gonna play Ethereal Arcanist. No. Yes. No. I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm gonna kill this guy. And now I'm gonna see if I can bait out a consecration. Then I could play Kel'Thuzad, and then I could run... Okay. So that's not a consecration. That sucks, because now he can use consecration. Ah, smart son of a bitch. He's playing around my secrets. I was really hoping to draw out that consecration with that. Oh well, let's just do this, and have some fun. I'm about to get 2 more Sylvanas. Sylvani? Is that the plural of Sylvanas? You probably should have tried to kill Sylvanas first, but that's okay. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to concentrate on killing other stuff or doing other stuff, I'm going to die if I don't start getting some board control here. So I need to start freezing things and clearing things out and so forth. And I need those damn secrets. Yep. What will that get you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So I get 2 Sylvanases and your taunt. You're going to do another consecration? Probably. If I were to guess. No, you're going to do Kel'Thuzad. But that's fine, and I'll tell you why. Oh, that stinks. Huh. Do I want to play Sylvanas here and try to get... 3/3. I don't have enough to kill Kel'Thuzad. But I could try to get Kel'Thuzad on my side. Or I could play my own Kel'Thuzad. I guess I'll attack that. And we will not kill it. We will freeze that. And we will kill this. And then we will get stuff back. Okay, now it's interesting. I can work towards killing his Kel'Thuzad. Ah, things have gotten very interesting indeed. Also, I have a taunt, so that's going to help. I don't know why I killed that 1/1. It wasn't going to help anything. I should have used my powers to kill the other thing. Don't use consecration. That would be annoying. But it won't kill anything because everything will come back. Okay. That's fine. Okay, we can do this if we think about it carefully. If I run this into that, this, and this will kill that. Then this and Frostbolt will kill that. Then everything comes back. Then we kill this with that. Boom. Then we play Sylvanas, and then everything comes back. Because that's how we roll. Awesome. I got my taunt back, I got my 2 elementals back. Even though he's going to get a bunch of cards, so far, not too bad. Not wonderful necessarily, but not too bad. And the most important thing is Kel'Thuzad is dead. Well, his Kel'Thuzad is dead. Mine still lives. Uh-oh. Well, that does give me a card, and I get Sylvanas back, actually. No, maybe I don't. Do I get that? Do I get anything from Sylvanas here? Apparently not. Well, doesn't that suck? But it's interesting. Let's go ahead and play Sylvanas. We'll play this. Even if Sylvanas isn't necessarily the best card to play, it's something. So, yeah, he wasted a lot of cards clearing out what I had. Now he's... Okay. Okay, now I get your Wild Pyromancer. Good. Unfortunately, I don't have a good way of killing your Shade of Naxxramas. What I do have is 1... And then I think I will... No, because if I do Arcane Intellect, that'll trigger... Or this will trigger if I play that. So instead I'm just going to play these 2. And hit and hit and hit and try to go for damage. And hope I can just survive long enough to pull something off. I didn't want to trigger the Wild Pyromancer just yet. Didn't think it was a good idea. So let's see what happens. What can my opponent do? He can lay on hands, which stinks. It's a lot of health, and more importantly, a lot of cards. Then he's down to 2. Haunted Creeper, not going to help you right now. What are you going to do with the Shade? You're going to trade for the Wild Pyromancer? Really? No. Either attack me directly or let it grow. And hope I don't get a Flame Strike. I did not. Instead I did get a Kern, which is great. And then boom, 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 and boom. 10. Now these guys have gotten pretty monstrous. So he might have another equality. He doesn't have any more consecrations, I don't think so. But he still might have an equality up his sleeve, which would kind of stink. Alright, it's your last Aldor Peacekeeper. Stampeding Coda won't kill anything. Oh, we'll kill that, that's right. Okay, my bad. Just realized that that is a good combo, actually, as a Paladin. But I still win, so... That was a tough fight. Very tough fight. Let's do one more. It was fun. And I admit, the double Kel'Thuzads, always a good time. So, let's see who we get. Hopefully, it's not a hunter. Please, dear God, don't let it be a hunter. Oh, good. Por la chucha. I have no idea what that means, but I can only assume you're insulting me in some foreign language that I will never learn. So, something about your madre. Now, let's see what happens. We get Water Elemental, Kel'Thuzad, Ethereal Arcanist. I'm going to throw everything back. Boop, and hope for better results. Maybe I should have kept the Water Elemental, but Mirror Image is decent. Flame Strike is nice to have, but not what I wanted. I'd prefer to draw Flame Strike on like turn 6. Fireball's okay, but Water Elemental would have been better. So, what was I hoping for? Mirror Image, Mad Scientist, something like that. Or Mirror Image, Mad Scientist, Frostbolt. There's my Mad Scientist, actually. I can start off with Mirror Image. It's not, won't hurt anything to do because, simply because there's not much the Mage can play or not play right now that would do anything about these guys. And now we can play the Mad Scientist. Mage could Frostbolt, but besides that, I'm not quite sure what else they can do. Ethereal Arcanist is nice, but only if I have a secret, so I hope I draw a secret on the next turn. In fact, I hope he actually kills my Mad Scientist, because that will give me a secret to be able to play Ethereal Arcanist, as long as it doesn't give me duplicate, in which case I don't want it to duplicate the mirror images, because that would be terrible. I get my own Frostbolt. Nice to have, not what I needed, because if I play the Ethereal Arcanist and it's a 3/3, it's just going to die. And a 3/3 for 4 mana is very expensive and unnecessary, so unfortunately I'm holding out until I get a secret that I can play, or maybe I can run Mad Scientist into something. This is not great, but it's something. But it's also a good opportunity to just use Frostbolt. Not Frostbolt, Fireball. I was thinking Frostbolt, Mad Scientist, but it's not a good trade just to get a secret to trade out cards like that. So for now, we're going to work with what we have. And I got 2 more damage in, so I'm slowly chipping away at my opponent. Sorcerer's Apprentice is good for my opponent, not for me. Good opportunity to trade the Mad Scientist, but again, seems kind of a waste when I can Frostbolt to get the kill and then keep doing damage, so I guess I will for now. Next turn, I'll probably Loatheb, and then we'll slowly work towards our Ethereal Arcanist combo. I actually want him to kill. Oh, that's okay, actually. I can play Loatheb here. Let's think about this. If I play Loatheb, and I can play Loatheb and kill this thing with the Mad Scientist, giving me a secret. Alternatively, hero power to kill this thing, run this into it. But then I can't play anything. I can get a duplicate. But do I really want to duplicate the Mad Scientist? No. But that is the better trade. Being able to use my hero power, saving cards like that, is the better thing to do. So that's what we'll do. I don't know if I should be so worried about card efficiency versus mana efficiency. My opponent still has 6 cards. I guess he hasn't used his coin, so my opponent's still doing well card-wise. Okay. Geomancer hits me with a Fireball for 7. Interesting. Okay, because this does allow me to do this, Does allow me to trade this for that. Let's see what we get as a secret. Mirror Entity. Not exactly what I wanted, but you know what? Good enough, because I will play Loatheb now. Then I can follow up with a Duplicate and an Ethereal Arcanist, and then I don't care which one he duplicates, because either one would be really good. So I think that would be the correct follow-up play. Well, unless the Mirror Entity gives me something shitty. It is not shitty. It's not great. And I actually wouldn't mind if you were to duplicate the Azure Drake either. So, honestly, Duplicate, Ethereal Arcanist, we'll trade this for that. And we're going to hit you for 4. Hope you don't have a Flame Strike. If you do, I would still get something from that Flame Strike, so I'm okay with whatever happens. Yep. Okay, so I do get something. What do I get? I got 2 Loathebs. That's wonderful. I lose the Ethereal Arcanist. Who cares? Loathebs. Loathebs are great. Loatheb, and we'll just go ahead and get some more cards. Next turn. Loatheb. Maybe Sledge Belcher. I wonder if the duplicate goes from something like left to right. I don't know. It's interesting. That stinks, so that will make my life a little bit more difficult right now. I could Flame Strike and kill it. It's potential. Or I could try to flood the board with as many minions as possible. I'm thinking I need to Flame Strike and kill it. Yeah, I hate to do it. And then we'll play the Kel'Thuzad Mage followed by our Ice Barrier. So at least if he does have charge or something, that will take care of that. That stunk that I had to use 2 cards to clear out his Ragnaros, but that's okay. And I knew that was coming eventually, that Frostbolt. Now, don't have a Pyroblast or other secrets. See if it's a counter spell. So let's start with Mirror Entity. Nope. Or whatever that was. I guess I'll play the Water Elemental. I'm afraid that that might be a Mirror Entity. I guess if it is a Mirror Entity, do I want to give him Loatheb? Or I can't kill Loatheb. I can't kill this. I kind of don't want to play anything. But if I don't, that could be problematic too. I guess it's not a counterspell, I know that, so we'll kind of go with it for now. Flame Strike, not much I could do there. I do get that Mirror Entity. Not much I can do right now. I'm going to Frost Nova so he doesn't try to kill me. You know what? Let's see if it is a Mirror Entity. So we'll play Water Elemental. It is not. We will then play the Sludge Belcher. And I am going to bring the Shade of Naxxramas out just to see if it was a nice barrier. It is not a nice barrier. What could it be? It'd be a number of things. Ah, son of a bitch. A counterspell would have been lovely. Unfortunately, I did not have a counterspell with me. Alright, so I can't leave it on that note. Let's play one more. That's just too sad of a note. Hate dying to Pyroblast, but it happens. Pyroblast is tough. I have 2 Pyroblasts right now, but I don't run them in this deck because it's just... You have to get your opponent to 10 mana, and as we saw, sometimes that's easier said than done. So, alright. You know, I don't have any secrets, so the Kel'Thuzad Mage isn't that great. Karen Bloodhoof isn't that great. Frostbolt is. We're taking care of early creatures. Duplicate is good, eventually. But the 2 Frostbolts will be good. be able to keep the board clear. Kel'Thuzad Mage Duplicate, that's okay. Not exactly the best combination, not exactly the best thing. If I had more secrets in my hand, maybe. Or more way to draw more cards. Or another way to draw more cards. What am I talking about? I don't know. That's a little annoying. Can't target that, so I'll just hit him directly. Next turn I'll Kel'Thuzad Mage, probably Mirror Entity. Or maybe I'll Kel'Thuzad Mage Duplicate, and then I could Kel'Thuzad Mage Mirror Entity. Unfortunately, I don't have a good way of killing that right now, right this turn. Flame Strike will help me eventually, but I hate to use Duplicate on something like Kel'Thuzad Mage, but I need creatures, and I don't have creatures, so this will let me get another Kel'Thuzad Mage that I can then play, followed by a Mirror Entity, which will give me more creatures, because he's going to Frostbolt that. That was kind of a given. Giving me 2 more Kel'Thuzad Mages. Okay, so I'm taking a lot of damage. Kel'Thuzad Mage, Mirror Entity, moving on. So hopefully I can finally leverage this into some kind of board advantage. I mean, the best I can do right now is basically trade for his Drake there, and I'm already taking way too much damage. So this looks like another secret deck. Secrets deck. Thank you. I guess. Oops, just hit my microphone. Alright. Good. Alrighty. Attack you directly. You know what? We'll play the Sludge Belcher. And hopefully stop taking some damage. Because I don't want him to get a Mirror Entity, and then I play the Sludge Belcher, so that's why I didn't kill his Mad Scientist. Didn't want to risk it. That's a little annoying. But I can live with it. Okay, good. Let's start getting rid of stuff. That. Let's see what kind of secret you get. Not one that I know. Okay, I'll deal with it on next turn. Maybe it's a counter spell, in which case I'll probably tease it out with a Frostbolt. Maybe it's a Mirror Entity, in which case I could give you a Kel'Thuzad Mage. I don't mind that badly. So, possibilities. Ethereal Arcanist will have to die, I'm afraid. Cannot be allowed to live. So the big question is, what kind of a secret do you have? If I do this, it's not a counterspell. Okay. It could be a duplicate, which would kind of stink. It is not a duplicate. Which allows me to do this. I guess I'll say thank you, and I have 2 Flame Strikes, which is nice to have, where close to tied on life I have slightly more cards, or maybe the same exact amount of cards, plus 1 on the board. We each have 1 secret. It's not a counterspell, it's not a duplicate, it's not anything that I can imagine, so could be an ice block instead of an ice barrier. That's the only thing that comes to mind. We will have to kill this, of course. I can't let this live. So we'll do that, and then we'll keep hitting you with this. And I'm not going to play Mirror Image, because I don't need it yet, unless you start getting some charged creatures. That's the word I was looking for. Alright, he's got his own Fireball. There's my counterspell. I didn't even know what secret I got. I should have looked. Is it worth using a Flame Strike for this? Probably not. Is it worth ice running this into it? Maybe. Probably. And then playing Karen. Yeah. Let's do it. Maybe is Karen better than a water elemental? Take this opportunity. Yeah, actually it is, because... What? Oh, come on. I thought I had tested for that. I thought I had tested for a mirror entity. I guess I didn't. Oh, that sucks. Did I just not play any creatures since then? I guess I didn't. Well, that stinks. So now I will Flame Strike on the following turn to try to kill his Karen. He might Flame Strike this turn as well. Plays low temp, so I can't Flame Strike. Fair enough. Alright. So we can play a Kirantor Mage here. We can get one, or I think I should Ice Barrier, just in case. No, I'll play Live Dangerously, and play that, and play that. And I am going to hit my opponent directly. Let's see if he has a Flame Strike. I hope he does not, but it is possible. This is kind of a big risk, but he is instead going to kill my board, which is actually better. I much prefer that. Why did you just kill? Okay, I see why. Alright, good. That's fine. Everything's okay, folks. Everything's under control. That could be a counterspell, so first thing we're going to do is Ice Barrier. Alright, never mind. Did I just have enough to kill him? I guess. He had 13 on the board. I had 4, 3, and 4. So, not quite enough to kill him. But, whatever. I'll take the victory. And with that, I am going to put a break in this video. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show your support. Leave a like. It helps me out a whole bunch. And subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, my name is Hearthstone. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'll see you folks next time. Later.